with Julia and San Jose for Sunday Pinasaya. Are you guys open to doing a collaboration with a Filipino artist or with Julian?
We told her when we saw her we loved it. I mean, she sang our song "Miss You Like Crazy" and the club was so short. Honestly, it was very cool to hear her sing that because they sounded new again, you know, because we weren't really heard those songs with our voices and we were 14 and 15. So to kind of hear that song with a you know a female perspective, it sounded great. So I mean, it'd be cool to do something, maybe bring back one of those songs and do that again. So we said it. We told her. We said, hey, we'd love to do it. So the ball's in her court. Maybe it'll happen. Maybe it won't. But we're definitely not opposed to it.
Thank you.
We have someone with a question up here up front.
Hi guys, it's me again.
How are you
Yesterday, Albert mentioned a while ago that asked you about if you miss each other. But how about you guys? Do you miss jamming with Rachel, just like the 2017 concert?
Yeah, that was a great. That was a great duet. You know, I mean, or quintet, I guess it would be. But yeah, that was fun. We should do it again.
Maybe now. Maybe today's the perfect opportunity.
Oh no. I need to practice.
Well, it's just awesome that she's doing this with us here. I mean, last time we were here, we spent a lot of time together running around, and she would even go get us coffees when we were busy. And then like 2 weeks after we leave, she wins like Miss Philippines. So it's very cool, and congratulations on that.
Thank
By the way. It's very
Thanks
awesome.
so much.
And you worked really hard and deserve that. So, but yeah, I mean, it'd be great to sing again.
We'll see what happens. Come on, guys. Huwag kayong mahiya. Here, we have some. The mic is just there.
So I'm Pearl. I'm Pearl from representing the Moffats official fans club Philippines. Yes. We know that you already have your chapter through a digital platform. Do you have any plans of releasing CDs or vinyl copies for your fans?
I guess that's my question. Do we have any plans to release live videos of our concerts and stuff? Is that the question?
Like a physical copy of the chapter 2?
You know, that's possible. I think at least from my perspective, I think it's nice to go the digital route. You know, this is just the way the world's heading, and I'm not opposed to it at all. We can be creative in different ways of releasing product. So personally, I'd be voting against releasing a physical product. But
this is the first time we're having this discussion, by the way. So.
Well, I've talked about this before though, because you know, the media, the platform always changes, right? So it's always changing, evolving, and I think we have to somehow accept those changes sometimes. And there's benefits to it too. So.
But also, chapter 2 is just an EP as well.
Exactly.
So possibly, if we released another EP with another 5 or 6 tracks on it, it may give us more of a reason to want to create a physical copy. But at the moment, it's definitely better, I think, on the online platforms so that everybody can access it. Any other questions?
You can just go to the mic. Thank you.
Hi guys.
Hello.
We've been here since last week, right? We've been to Cebu and we've been coming back to the Philippines for years. What do you love most about the Philippines? Any favorite Filipino food? Did you learn a few Filipino words?
I mean, I think for me personally, the feeling that I get whenever I'm here is it's a relaxed feeling. I think that the people here are very positive, and they really embrace family, which is very nice because you know, it's just a warm feeling for me when I get here. I believe in energy, and I believe when you're walking around and you pass people, you feel that because we're all connected. So I feel different when I'm in a place like the Philippines, or even I love Bali. I was just in Bali before I got here too, and I just feel like there's a different energy that's surrounding us, and I love that. So that's what it is for me. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, I mean, I feel even though the hours on this tour, we put a lot of them in, and it's definitely tiring. But on top of that, you're always greeted by amazing people, and you're experiencing amazing things every day. So it makes it completely worthwhile. But I agree that it's one of those places where my shoulders can drop, and I feel comfortable and relaxed, and the food has been amazing too.
Yeah, we just actually, I love to eat a lot, so you can maybe tell the last time I was here I was a lot skinnier, and now I'm a lot bigger. But we actually just had Boodle Fight a couple days ago in Cebu, and I love Boodle Fight, so I like to eat with my hands, and I do, yeah. I like communal eating. And then I like adobo, I like lechon. I really like it all. I like sisig. I'm a big fan of Filipino food.
Any Filipino words that you guys have learned?
Go on, Scott.
Yeah, I learned a new one this morning. It's like
Charot.
charot. Was it llama? How do you say "oh my god" in Filipino?
Juice galore. Yeah.
Jus galore. Yeah.
Do your thing, man. Do your thing.
Jus galore, Bob.
We're not charading around. I was like, good one.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
Since you are one of the biggest band in the 90s, I would like to ask, what do you miss about the 90s?
What do we miss about the 90s? Well, I feel like the 90s was a little bit more simple. And it was, sure, we were kind of interested in ourselves as individuals, but I felt that there was, we were interested in a little bit more back then. And just how oblivious to how weird we were, too. In the 90s, we did things that we look back on and think, wow, that was bizarre. And this might be for every generation to come, too. But as far as I'm concerned, I can look back in the 90s and go, we did a lot of weird things. Like, we dressed very strangely. We had strange haircuts that we probably wouldn't even consider today. So they could, absolutely. But I think that's a wonderful thing, too, how we weren't afraid to try those things, and we blindly rushed into those things a little bit, and we can still look back on it and be okay with it. So I think that's pretty wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely something I'd agree with. I mean, I think the 90s, it just, for me, I feel like right now with social media, it's such a wonderful thing because we're able to, get the information really quickly. We're able to express ourselves. We're able to open those conversations, but I also feel like that immediate sense of judgment, feeling judged, and judging is more prevalent today. And I feel like there was an element of that in the 90s where I didn't feel that as much. I would say I had a little less gray in my beard, a little thicker hair, so I'd bring all that stuff back.
I would say I feel like things were a bit more tactile. Like you could really put your hands on things, like on CDs and on music, and we had vinyls before that, and tapes, and then CDs. And now everything is very much online. I don't think that it's something that I miss, because it just is the way that the world is going. And that's okay. But yeah, things were simpler. But when you're younger, things are simpler too. Things are complicated in their own ways, but things are different.
And the other thing was that in the 90s, we didn't all have outlets to be ourselves completely. So now everyone can go online and expose themselves and be this and be that. But in the 90s, you just sat in your house and you had no outlet for that. So I think that was a healthy place to be also, where we actually had to live with ourselves as opposed to throwing ourselves out there right away. And that, I think that the world benefits from people kind of living with themselves a little bit also.
Yep.
Any other questions?
Hi, Mika from DJ from Revista Radio. So, throughout the years, have you thought of changing your music style? Since the 90s up to the millennium, it seems like a big jump in the music industry.